Hi, George.
So, Tabby.
We're live, you know.
Hey, good morning. I can see the countdown. There's the countdown?
Yes.
Live TV. All right. Welcome, everybody, to Charity First Handicapping Challenge. Chappie, what's going on this morning?
I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you.
Whoa.
We're actually live, George.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
And, I just want to say before we get started, Santa Anita doesn't want to mourn the passing of His Royal Highness Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, who was crucial to the games of the 23rd Olympiad right here at Santa Anita, where he said this was an absolutely first-class facility. Obviously, he was a first-class royal, and we are sad in his passing. But we are happy to be on the show here this weekend. Exciting racing going on here at Santa Anita. And we got two fabulous guests here this week, today, Chappie.
Yeah. You know, of course, my man who is the defending champ, Jim Bennis. And then, you know, today it's personal, George, because in the last tournament, I had to, thank God Jim's not driving. I had Matt on Team Chappie, and then he's a traitor. He switches over to Team George. So, Jim, you better come with it today because Ditterman, he's out. He's out with me.
I infiltrated Team Chappie and stole Matt Ditterman away because he's one of my favorites. So it's great to have Matt here representing Team George. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, George. Yep, you can call me Benedict Arnold all morning, Chappie. I'm ready to go. Jim is an admirable foe, but George and I have our handicapping caps on. We're ready to go. So Jim's going to have to get to work here and put up his A game.
Well, you know what's funny about Jim is I could tell right while we were talking there that he's betting a race live because you could see his eyes looking up above. So he's always ready to fire away. Jim, A, did you just win that race? And B, how you doing?
No, I didn't. And I'm doing wonderful.
All right, just so you guys, if you haven't tuned into the show before, every race day we're on at 10:30, unless there's a special early post. Each of our handicappers are going to have $300 in mythical money. They're going to make three bets: a win, an exacta, and a daily double. $100 win, $100 exacta, or two $50 exactas, and a $100 straight daily double, or two $50 daily doubles. Whoever ends up with the most money at the end of the show will move on to round two. If they win 5 rounds, they'll be named the champion and get $1,000. If they turn their $300 into over $1,000, an extra $500 will go into Karma, which is the charity we're playing for. We've already raised a bunch of money for Karma, and hopefully one of our handicappers will turn that $300 into over $1,000 to add an additional $500 to that purse for Karma, who's doing such a fine job taking care of our equine athletes once they retire. We're going to retire Jim Bennis from this episode. And we're going to take them out, Matt. You got $100 to win. Where are you going to kind of stick it to Jim early?
Yeah, we're going to go to one of the better races on the card, actually. I'm turning my page here, make sure I got it right. Race number 6 here on the card. It's a 7 furlong first level allowance, and I like Colt Fiction in this race, number 4. A Son of Minister's Wildcat. I mean, this horse has just been a picture of consistency. The only career race he ran poorly in was off a layoff on the turf, sprinting, and I think you can be forgiving of that run. So other than that, you're left with some really good efforts. I thought even though he stalked the pace last time, it was over a good track, some moisture in the track. He was a little wide on the turn, and I don't think that helped him. He only lost by a length. I thought it was a much better than looked effort. I think he's probably going to try to get the jump on the inside runner there, Exalted, who is the morning line favorite. So Colt Fiction, the picture of consistency, his best race can win it. He's my pick, $100 for the win.
Phil Spar, one of my favorite trainers, just a great gentleman, and certainly you might get all of that 3-1 because the inside runner Exalted comes out of a grade 2. It's going to get a lot of money on him. So if we hit that bet, we're sure to get paid and sure to take the lead over Team Chappie and that whole Chicago contingent over there.
Hey, Jimmy, you know, I hope you're going to be batting today better than the Cubs have thus far. As a team, they're They're batting like 147, but somehow we're 4-3. But that's for another discussion. Let's get hot with our win bet. Where are we going?
We're going right to the first race. I'm hoping to make the lead in the race and in the contest with the 4-horse. Posterize.
Okay. What do you like about that? Is there not much speed in that race? Are we going wire to wire here?
Did you not just listen to anything I just said?
No, I didn't hear you.
Right to the lead in the race and the contest.
Did he say that?
I mean, we got to get rid of the new guys. We need somebody here with some experience.
I heard you say we're going to the lead because it's race one, but I didn't hear you say the horse is going to the lead. So I quickly handicapped
what I was trying to say for the slow people.
You're very hard to hear. Is he not, George, or no? Honestly, your volume needs to be up. Either that or I'm losing my hearing. Anyways, wire to wire, there's no speed in this race, George. Posterize is gone on the front end. Venice is taking the lead, never looking back. Over to you and the trader, Dinnerman.
All right, number one is Scratch in that first race. Antithetical with Emily Ellingwood. So it's a 5-horse field, and certainly it looks like a front-running win. Regardless of who wins, I got to tell you, listening to our handicappers over this tournament has really been a success. If you would have followed our handicappers pick, you would be doing really well all the way to Cawthon, who turned his 300 into over 4,000. So it certainly benefits you to heed both. I just played with the competition, but Jim Bennis, one of the best handicappers in the country. You certainly should pay attention whenever he says anything. And Matt Dinnerman, one of my favorites in the country as well. Spectacular track announcer, concise, clear, easy to understand, really descriptive when he calls races, knows the nuances of players as well as he's calling races. Excellent handicapper, gives great information before each race and before the races in general. So, Matt Dinnerman, it's a pleasure to have you on. Before we get to your exacta pick, over there at Golden Gate, I understand you got a horse that you like today. So how about some extra information for our listeners and viewers?
Yeah, I'm using this on a ticket, inside information, which it's not going to be a secret anymore, I suppose. I was actually watching morning workouts on the morning of March 28th, and a horse caught my eye out of the gate. I immediately said, who is that? And I figured it out on the work tab, a horse named the Great Haynes. They bought this horse for $5,000. He easily beat a work mate by many lengths out of the gate. It was a nice, easy 50 flat, but he started slow, finished really well. Irving Orozco's riding. So that's a firster today. You want to keep an eye out for number 5, the Great Haynes, and I'm even special weight, George. We've actually cheers waltz number 4, a Mayotte horse, Steve Mayotte. I'm hearing this horse can run a little bit too. So you've got a couple interesting firsters taking on some proven horses that have run pretty well at this condition. So it's a good race.
Some great racing at Golden Gate. We encourage you to be part of the racing. Of course, the race right after that starts the Golden Hour Pick 4, which has become a fan favorite with some great payouts for that dollar minimum. That includes the last 2 races of Golden Gate, our sister track, and the last 2 races here at Santa Anita. All right, time for your exacta play here at Santa Anita. You got $100 to work with. Where are you going, Matt?
Yeah, well, we're going to do a $50 exacta box in race number 4 here. It's a riddle, number 5. My top pick in the race is obviously in the exacta box. I'm thinking that this filly here, the light bulbs really turned on with her. It took her a little while to break her maiden, but when she did, she came right back against winners and won, and I like that. And she finished right ahead of Bella Ranella, who's number 2, and I thought she ran a much better than looked effort last time out. Stock the pace, was parked wide in a field of 7 turning for home, and just didn't really get the desirable trip turning into the stretch there, and she still came with a nice run. And what's interesting is she came back to win in her next start. So we're going to use those 2 runners. Number 5, It's a Riddle, 3-1. Bella Ranella, 4-1 on the morning line. Numbers 5 and 2 in an exacta box. And we're hoping to take Chappie down here with our exacta.
That exacta should pay well because obviously Saving Sophie's going to take some money. Lerner just claimed your Royal Coil back in August. And not just claimed it, but we haven't seen this one since August off the claim. Lerner, one of our favorites here as well, in the Charity First Handicapping Challenge. So we should certainly get a really good price. And Bella Ranella, last 2 races have been really good. Right behind It's a Riddle, and then comes back with a win after that. So good luck, and hopefully we'll make some money there. Chappie?
You know, I'm feeling so much love today. Matt switched teams. My own guy's yelling at me because I can't hear him. Maybe you guys should all just be Team George today. I don't know what's going on. Either that or Jim's just sour because he lost that race at Gulfstream. But anyways, Jim, where we go with our exact and why?
Do you want me to text you while I'm talking so you can read it well? I'm going to go to the 8th race. I'm going to hope for a little pace in the race. I'm boxing the 7-8 on the outside. The 7 should get a great starting trip, and hopefully the great Mike Smith will come screaming late to get up there to make the exact 8-7 and pay more than his 3-5 exacta.
All right, I like it. So Bold Endeavor 5-2 morning line, but then we're coming with a 10-1 shot Royal Act for Peter and with Mikey Smith aboard there, Georgie. So if we get that exact in, it's lights out for you guys. I like it there, Jim.
All right, the lights are never out for us. Jim's got great lights in his house, better than his car when we couldn't see him. But he's got a good pick there. Bold Endeavor is going to be a huge favorite with the scratch of Country Grammar, and Royal Act certainly had problems last time when he faced Bold Endeavor. So certainly should run well. Looks like a good exacta, and I like it. Matt Dinnerman, my man, you've got $100 in daily doubles to work with. Where are you going and why?
Daily doubles, we're going to races 2 and 3 here. In the second race, I really like Lone Scout, and he's obviously the first half of that double. A horse that in the career debut didn't run all that well. He was in a maiden special weight. He was 90-1, so just tossed the race. It was on dirt. In his next start, he routed on the turf, and I thought ran pretty well. Sat off the pace, made a run, and came with a nice kick. It's a small field. There's not going to be a lot of pace, but it's interesting because sometimes when there's no pace and the field sort of bunch up, at times, you may think it favors front runners, but sometimes it favors horses off the pace that just have a good kick, and I think Lone Scout might be able to do that. His speed figure in his second start wasn't much different than the first start, so I don't think dirt's going to be an issue. I don't think he's a poor dirt horse, or he wouldn't be running back on it, and he's a son of Tonalist, who obviously could run all day. So I think this horse really in lifetime start numbers 3 is going to run a winning race, and he could go off third choice because Phantom Dance is going to get play. I think he could be lone speed, and Papal for Flavian Pratt. He's obviously going to get bet. Then I'm going to go back with the favorite, number 4, Lucky's Last Stand. Has run 2 really good races. In race number 3, he's going to be tough there. And before I stop talking here, I just have to note, in that second to last race, race number 8, I was going to make my exacta exactly what Jim's was, the 7 and 8. So I think we have no choice but to play this and win some money. I'm a little concerned now because I think 2 good minds think alike here.
It certainly has paid to pay dividends to follow our handicappers, and now as we see Matt and Jim, both of them on that 7-8 exacta, certainly pay attention, fans, because these guys know what they're talking about, no question about it. In that race number 2, you'll notice there's a lot of runners that are coming off turf races, and we might see that a lot for the next 2 weeks as we're taking 2 Fridays off to give the turf course a chance to kind of regenerate, and so for the next 2 weekends, we're not going to have any races on Friday. We missed it yesterday. We'll miss it again next Friday. And all the races will be on the dirt. So we might see a lot of races like race number 2, where most of those runners come off of turf races and are running in the dirt simply because we're not going to have any turf races. All right. So back to you, Chappie, as a nice daily double. That 4 certainly looks like a standout, Lucky's Last Stand.
By the way, not to add on to the Royal Act parade here, but Seminar Skip on our radio show this morning gave out Royal Act at 10-1 as one of his plays as well. So all 3 of you guys are liking this horse at 10-1. Had some trouble last time. Jim, real quick, you're a big tournament player, and you win many a tournament in Southern California. I know with everything going on, you haven't been able to come out here. Are you going to make a trek to Southern California at all this year? Any plans?
Really, I'm not sure about that yet. I'd like to give you more of an answer, but that's about all I got for you.
All right. A man of many words. Jim Bennis is not sure, but where are we going with our double and why, my friend?
Well, we're going to be more of the Matt boat here because as he was going to bet the exact, I'm making a double, and it's going to his win bet, Colt Fiction. So I'm hoping that I hit the race before and I get more for my $50 part wheel double. I'm using the 2 of the 5 most logical horses, and I agree with Matt. I think the 4 is the horse to beat this 6 to 5 morning line, and I'm hoping my $50 double pays more than his $100 win bet.
I like it. So 2-5, and then if we get down to Colt Fiction, like you guys said, third off the lay, Bill Spar never thrown in a bad race other than that turf race that you could draw a line through. So interesting, George. They got some crossover here. So great minds think alike. Should be an interesting day with 2 terrific handicappers, that's for sure.
Yeah, both of them going against Exalted in race number 6, who might be 4 to 5 in that race, coming off of grade 2. So if they can beat Exalted, they're certainly going to get paid. Whichever one of them does win, and should be a really nice day. Nice day here at Santa Anita. We saw a really great edition of the Santa Anita, the Run Happy Santa Anita Derby last week. Matt, what were your thoughts on Rock Your World, and what do you think of over there in of Concert Tour's chances today?
Well, Concert Tour is going to have to show some adversity, which he did show in the San Vicente, but Caddo River, the gloves are coming off here. He's going to be ready to go to the lead, and I think Concert Tour is going to try to stalk and sit second. So that's what we're going to see, I think, today. And I don't think it's a bad option here. I mean, Concert Tour is already in the Derby, so at this point, I think it's a good test to see what do we have here with a horse that stalks and has to run by a horse. He's obviously got a very high cruising speed, but when you have a horse this talented that gets a clear lead like that in the last race, it showed us that this horse is a phenomenal talent, but let's see what happens when another horse looks him in the eye early. So that's going to be the case at Oaklawn. I think Concert Tour, if he runs back to his last race, he won't lose, but it'll be a different type of scenario. Rock Your World, a horse that switched to the wrong lead late in the Santa Anita Derby. But what I really thought was impressive was this horse has only run twice. It was his first start on dirt. Obviously, he loved the dirt, but it's not easy to go that fast and to keep going and run the way he did. So it was impressive for me. I think a horse like Concert Tour is a little more seasoning. He might be a little bit better, but I think Rock Your World, with that in mind, he's got a chance to improve as he gets older with more experience. I mean, in lifetime start number 3, when you run like that, that is impressive. It's not easy to do that. So this is a serious horse, and his gallop outs are outstanding. I mean, this horse will run all day. So 1.25 miles, I think he's going to even enjoy it more than 1.125 miles.
Matt, do you have any Derby? What would be your Derby play as of today? I know Concert Tour hasn't ran, but we're basically down to the Lexington and the Arkansas Derby. Do you have a horse you love right now as far as the Kentucky Derby?
Well, I think Concert Tour is the number 1 horse for sure, and I hate to be chalky about this, but the fact of the matter is this horse, I mean, the way he won last time was just unbelievable. I mean, he is the real deal. I mean, I think he could be up there with the really good horses of the past 10 years if he can run back to that stalking a pace. I think he's a phenomenally talented horse. So he's on top of the list unless something happens today.
Jimmy B, do you have any thoughts on the Derby yet? You probably don't.
Well, to be honest with you, I agree with outside of that lead switch, because I can't tell when a horse is on his left lead, right lead, or his tail lead. Outside of that, I agree with everything Matt said once again. I mean, this is scary. Maybe we were related. I didn't even know it.
Yeah, Rock Your World certainly look good. All right, we're going to go to the tiebreaker. It's in race number 9. Blinkers off 420, who watches all the time. He liked Life's Emotions. I got bad news. Blink, Life's Emotions is scratched out of race number 9. But that is going to be our race for the tiebreaker. Let's see if did we do rock, paper, scissors yet?
Let's do it.
Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I win, Matt. We're crushing Chappie, boy. I'm telling you. We
already blasted out of the gate 3 in front. Chappie walked out of the gate, so you better get you up on, my friend. We're going to go in the last race with number 4, Lulu d'Oro. Just ran an abysmal race in the career debut. Was well off the pace. I don't know what happened that day, but remember, American Pharaoh, a true champion, he ran terrible in his first start. So if he can run bad in his first start, anybody can. In the second Lifetime start, she really took a step forward, this filly, and was a lot closer to the pace and got a little bit tired, but she held on for third and ran okay. Now she's in her third Lifetime race here, going back to the same distance of 6 furlongs, and I love that third start in the form cycle angle. She's obviously got some tactical speed with Ruben Fuentes aboard. He's back aboard after last time, so Lulu d'Oro at 6-1 is my play. So I think here we've got 2 things that Jim and I disagree with. Obviously, it'll be in this last race, and the second is that New York style pizza is better for me than Chicago style pizza. He might not agree with me on that coming from Chicago, but those are the only 2 things we're different today.
Before Jim chimes in on that, obviously probably the blinkers helped last time out for Lulu d'Oro at showing more speed, and I'm going to agree with you on the pizza. I'm not a big deep dish guy. I'm not a Chicago deep dish. I love everything else.
I don't like deep dish either. Hate the
Okay.
All right.
I grew up in New York. I'm a New York pizza guy.
You guys might be related for real. What's going on here?
Oh, man.
Yeah, Jimmy, who's your play in the last?
Since he likes the 4 in the last, I'm just going to take the 1 because they ran against each other last time, and hopefully Jessica gets the best of Ruben again.
Okay. So Jimmy's taking the rail. Jessica Piper running real well, Georgie.
Yeah.
She's improving with every start and showing she belongs out here in Southern California. That's for sure.
On our big day where the entire world, really the whole country was watching, she had a nice couple of wins there, and she's looking good. You got to hand it to her. She's looking pretty good. You guys were looking pretty good today. Thank you both for being on the show. Jim, good luck to you. You always do well in all these contests. I've known you for years back in the day when I was running contests. And so good luck to you, young man. And Matt Dinnerman, without question, one of my favorites. Love listening to you at Golden Gate. And we look at a lot of races from Golden Gate because me and Chappie love wagering, and we're both degenerate gamblers, and we bet just about every race out there at Golden Gate as well. So we're listening to you all the time, and you're doing a fabulous job. All right, Chappie, any last words before we say goodbye?
Jimmy, good luck, buddy. It's always good talking to you, of course. And Matt, we used to be friends, but I wish you luck today for, whatever. You're team
Hey,
George now.
Nice to meet you, though, man. I don't care about what Chappie's saying. It was nice. Thanks,
No.
guys, for
You
everything.
too, Jim. Chappie, yeah.
I still love it. You guys were great today, honestly. So good luck, everybody. Hope everybody listens because two very, very, very sharp handicappers here.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. I think we're gonna have I'm gonna have Millie Ball. Who's your guest tomorrow?
Joe Moran from My Racehorse.
All right, cool. All right, thank you guys. Have a great day here at the Great Race Place, Santa Anita Park.